So, a tunnel for liquor and explosives. Little on the nose for dwarven culture, isn't it?
Ridiculing a culture you helped undermine.
Right. I found that one. Well, I can see why it's an abandoned service tunnel.
Behind you, look out!
Careful, brother. That was flannel. Ah! A fortuitous oil spill.
Kratos? Kratos! Please listen. You have to let me take Brock's place. He can't talk to the lady. He mustn't.
No. Do not ask again.
But... Oh dear.
It's not his fault Atreus ran off, you know. Or are you just being Brock's champion?
What are you insinuating, Highness?
Can't the smartest man alive put it together? The Giants conceal a mysterious figure who changes the fate of Ragnarok, and you're oblivious to the only rational candidate. The one who's fought wars against gods and won.
I am not the champion.
Well, we're each entitled to our opinions. It's open.
Well, that was a bloody heartier sort of grim. These weren't easy tunnels for the dwarves to take back.
That worked. Shall we?
This opinion of yours, was that the reason you proposed this alliance? You expect me to lead your armies at Ragnarok? That is Tyr's job, not mine.
It's plain to see Tyr's no war god anymore.
Nor am I. I have left that life behind.
Not killing gods, you haven't. Or else what are we doing in this realm? Forging this weapon? Your choice. You know where it might lead.
I am only protecting
I know. I know. And we both know the places. By nightmares. They'll be even more dangerous until we stun them. Atreus' mother was a giant, isn't that right?
She was one of the Jotnar.
Yes. I didn't mean she was tall as a house.
Not that there's anything wrong with the disparity in size, or number of limbs, say. There. Now we can open the other gate.
Why is it you ask?
Had antagonized the Giants for generations, nearly wiped them out of existence. Now you may have a role to play in stopping him once and for all. Don't you think it's possible that...
Do not presume to know what she wanted. I do not doubt. She knows what I left behind. She would never have asked that of me.
Why would she need to ask? She saw your fate.
This is mere conjecture, and probably quite enough of it, Highness. We're all making an effort to cooperate here, after all.
You're right. It's not for me.
Well, who's ready for some fresh air after that? Everyone? Thought so.
It is close. I can feel it.
Look, I wasn't trying to provoke you or cast doubt on your marriage. It just seems to me your thoughts haven't caught up to your instincts yet. And I know something about that. When we get out of here, I'll give you some space. Let you think carefully about whether you're ready for what it means, this weapon. And meanwhile, I'll see what else I can learn while we're here. Maybe I'll send a few Einherjar back to Valhalla for good measure.
Well, you have fun now.
Valky!
You want some of this? Then come get a taste! Hang on. Almost got it. There. Well, come on in, stranger.
I never do get used to that trick.
Locals up ahead. Act civilized and hopefully nobody springs an alarm. No, quit your nattering, you snake-sucking mommy milksops with your protective gear. Ain't you never seen a legend in the flesh before? Well, that ain't no good. You see what's wrong here, kid? Those creepy flying eyeballs made a nest up on the cables. We gotta figure a way up there and clear them all. Where am I going? Over here? Over there? Can't catch me! Okay, looks like that wheel up there. Why don't you look around and see if there's a way to lift this lift? Now we're talking. Come on, coming around.
Brother, have you noticed the dwarves of the camp were twice as alarmed to see Rock than they were to see you?
They did seem surprised.
All right. Now I can turn this crank and cap that geyser there. You just give me the signal when you're ready.
Now.
On it! Yes, said! We gotta have a close stop at once.
Ah, promising.
Turn it.
Copy that. There you go. Right on the money.
Turn it again.
Aye, aye. Gates open. Come on through and get those cables. Whoa! I think I've seen it. Get right on up to the fort.
Well, let's see. Abstract idea. Appetite? No, that doesn't work. Oh, isn't that clever? Bam.
Ooh, that's brisk. Think I'll grab some for the lady?
Grab some what? The wind?
No, you idiot. The sound of the wind.
How?
Watch and learn. See? Dwarven magic's all about the intangibles. The relationship between the stuff what you can touch and what you can't. It's about understanding.
Understanding what?
The nature of a thing's more important than the form of a thing. Hang on. I smell
So this lady then?
the Lady of the Forge. Ain't a more magical creature in this whole realm. Why, I've been waiting for my chance to meet her since I was knee-high to a Noken. But Sindri'd never have it. Said I was too uncouth. But today's finally the day. Woo! I got goosebumps on my bunions.
Why, bro, I've never seen you so reverent. Are you nervous?
What? Shut up.
It does not
No.
work.
Huh? What is it this time? Now, me look. Oh, Real out yonder. The spiky silvery stuff. You'll figure it out.
This lady, what does she do? The axe?
Was a whole nother cluster. Maybe sometime I'll finish that tale. Faye's the only one who ever got my highbrow sense of humor. Damn fine woman she was. Apart from her taste. Like her when you finally get to show the lady who you are. Wow, Goaty, you sure did give up on that riddle in a hurry.
I give up nothing. Gets bigger the more you take away, is it? Sorted. It's desire.
Nope.
What do you mean, nope? Desire only grows when you take away the thing you desire. All right, it's not perfect, but let's hear your answer.
Oh, you won't get it out of me that easy. All right, let's get back to business. One more crank to turn and it's on to the forge.
I see no forge.
You don't see the form of a forge, but we're going to the nature of one.
I was almost following him for a moment there.
We're good. Crank it. Now you know I can't let you take our new gal home without giving her a twirl. Look, we got volunteers.
Behind you! Look out!
What you doing? Put the spear through her paces already. Ah! Ah! I figure the drop near spear is our best way on out of here. Yep. Guess we're doing this one boy style. Listen, I appreciate what you said back there. It's good to have friends when you find out your brother's a rack-scabbing liar.
No doubt he only wished to protect you.
Weren't his call to make. The guy dies, he's got the right to know about it.
Take heart, Rock. We all die sometime. Many of us more than once.
No, never mind all that. We gotta finish putting the spirit through her paces. Come on. Might have to get creative up ahead. Lick my finger. There's eyeballs.
Incoming! Above you!
Setting off the spear at anything like that's a sure way to alter your circumstances on the right quick. Any more guesses, Bill?
Oh, all right. Gets bigger the more you take away. Is it time? Because the more removed from events you become, the larger their scope in your memory. No, that's bollocks now that I say it. Never mind.
Them eyeballs are taking over them grill. We better beat them out. Hey! Calling all pecker drip! On your right! Well, that was creepy. Hey, good eye. That would get you right up there. Spear must be talking to you herself. Figuring she comes out faster than I look out below!
Bit late for that.
Got one last favor to ask of the both of you, and call us square. What happened down there in the forge with the lady? That's my story to tell, all right?
Agreed.
Oh, very well.
Brother, that groom's found a perch to hide.
Over here! Woo, boy! You pick up the loot. I'll set up shop over yonder.
I only hope Sindri's in one piece by the time Brock's done with him. The ice beneath those two is thin enough under the best of circumstances. Superior bastard. The nerve of him showing up here. At least you rattled him as much as he rattled you.
Good timing! Let's see what Brock made you! Brock!
Behind you, brother!
So tell me then, what's the new weapon?
A spear.
One with the powers of Brotnir.
Well, come on. We can discuss it on the train.
I do worry, though, if I'm being frank. We've crafted a weapon to kill a god. One could say you're on the verge of returning to form.
Does it scare you? Aiding another violent god?
I'm scared for you, brother. That spear could start a war. The war. If that no longer concerns you, then maybe Freya's right. Maybe the Giants had you in mind all along.
It is an ingredient from the recipe. How did they reach this realm?
Oh, they were well versed in realm travel. You see, Yari was raised a Midgardian warrior. Meant to fight in the family's wars, find a way, die for glory. But he rejected it. He left.
He followed his own path.
I wouldn't be surprised if we found their mark in other realms as well.
So this Draupnir spear. You're prepared to use it?
To protect Atreus. I am no one's champion but his, nor no one's god. That may be my form. It is not my nature. Do you understand?
I guess a difference of opinion is hardly the most I'm setting aside for this alliance. As long as the plan is to kill Heimdall, the rest matters little.
There's also the bit of news that Odin has some inkling of what we're up to.
I thought I heard ravens. Damn it. What did he say?
Lies, threats, and more lies. What did you expect?
You think he lies that Atreus is in Asgard?
No. On that, I'm afraid I believe him.
Then the rest matters little.
I saw a gateway near here, overlooking the bay. We can get to it with your spear, I think. This way.
That gravestone. There's a keyhole that looks to fit the hilt you found. And if I'm right, you best prepare for a fight.
Hey, big guy.
How was Sigrun when you saw her last?
She's still incorporeal, ever since Kratos set her free of her corrupted form. But she hasn't let that stop her from helping any way she can. The truth is, I owe her more than I can repay.
I doubt she'd see it that way. When we freed her, she could speak of little else but her reverence for you. Seeing you yourself again would surely be payment enough. Meeting the Lady of the Forge really brought back some memories. I thought it was only in my homeland you'd see such things.
Mermaids who forge weapons.
Aye. I remember very fondly a lake nymph called Nimue. Very talented with a sword.
Mimir.
I meant that literally. Shame on you. She made the best swords in all the Isles and had big dreams about what she'd do with them one day. I wonder what became of her. Brother, I had a thought. What if we took a stealthy approach to our next battle?
No.
We could go again.
I would rather not.
Hey, this is where we found Tyr. You know, I don't know who had a worse time of it being locked up. Him or me?
As you said, your prison at least had a view.
Aye. But with a view comes the ability to mark the passage of time, and watching the days pass, one by one. It's not something I'd wish upon anyone. Except maybe Odin himself. Ground to be still. This looks familiar. We're back in the spiral section of the mine. Freya, you mentioned that Fimbulwinter had worn down some of Odin's curses, but you still needed help. Was it Sigrun who helped you recover your warrior spirit?
Is that how Odin liked to refer to the curse that kept me from defending myself?
Oh, I suppose that is where I heard it.
Would you like to know how that curse really worked? What it did to me? What it cost me to finally break it?
I'm no longer sure that I do.
That's correct.
Well, Sigrun must have helped find your Valkyrie wings. Were they hidden in the place I guessed?
They were not. But yes, she did. Argued all the while I should let my anger go, but helped me just the same.
Freya, where is Sigrun now?
Impossible to say. She's on a mission spanning the realms in search of our lost sisters. Our hope is if she can bring their incorporeal spirits to Vanaheim, we can find a way to restore them to uncorrupted forms.
Freya, how did your brother come to be burned by the Aesir?
Well, he was trying to improve relations with them by sharing our magic.
Enough. We will continue later.
Another incomplete rune slate. Now I just need to speak the word. Success. The gate is lowering out there.
Freya, how did your brother come to be burned by the Aesir?
Well, he was trying to improve relations with them by sharing our magic. Getting set on fire was the thanks he got.
That's true. The Aesir were too undisciplined and impatient for the subtlety of Vanir spellcraft. So when things went wrong, they blamed their teacher.
So Freya was a guest when Odin burned him.
Not exactly. Odin didn't mind locking Freya up. He saw the potential of the magic and wanted to know more than how to improve crop yields. It was a mob of lesser bitter and short-sighted, who tied him up and lit him aflame as punishment for the sabotage they imagined him guilty of.
Hold. We will finish later.
Alfheim? What's there?
We still have unfinished business there. Last we were in Alfheim, Atreus heard something out in the Barrens. A creature in terrible pain.
Lead the way.
The creature Atreus heard. It lies out in the desert.
Wonder what it could be. Most of the larger beasts of Alfheim have long been dead. And the realm loved him in turn. Well done.
Blames me for having to leave.
That was not your fault.
I know that. But I can't fault him for wanting to protect his family. Even at the cost of plunging this realm back into war.
Hail, fellow travelers.
Atreus heard a creak.
Over.
When I... Have you?
No. Hi. Stuff some cloth in your ears to keep the sand out. Don't knock it till you've tried.
Gulon in Alfheim?
And sled trained by the looks of it. Most unusual.
I've never seen such obedience in Gulon. There is some kind of magic out here.
Regardless, it should make desert travel downright pleasant. Were it not for a brutal sandstorm. Any particular direction to find your wounded animal? Or are we just enjoying the weather?
How do you hope to find anything in all this?
Perhaps we find a cave first to catch our bearings?
Look there! An entrance to the caves!
This cave extends underneath the desert.
Aye. A refuge for the Dark Elves, by the looks of it. One of the few remaining now that they're barred from the temple. Perhaps we'll find Atreus' wounded animal down here.
Lead the way, Kratos. I trust you to not... These poor elves. Hate. Lashing out at everything and everyone for their fate.
They will not listen to reason. Combat is unavoidable.
Oh, trust me, I know. Well, I wish it were not the case. Strange how you'd rather bring me along for this task instead of your own son.
I have to agree, brother. Atreus would have enjoyed this desert valley. Especially where maimed, innocent creatures in need of rescue are concerned.
Good. Perhaps it will teach him the consequences of disobedience.
To discipline.
Brother! The wee bastard's about to explode!
Above you, Kratos!
Of course. It solved nothing.
It isn't supposed to.
Your meaning?
The boy is allowed to have secrets. All children do.
His secrets are dangerous.
Okay. They are his to bear.
Ah, bear. Yes. At least that one isn't so much a secret anymore.
Watch your right! Freyr kept many secrets as well in his youth.
Disobedient. Reckless.
Oh yeah. With a compulsion to help those in need. That was partly what led him to Alfheim in the first place, and why he stayed so long.
Winter has changed Atreus. This prophecy weighs on him. Shapes him into something different.
He is deciding which path to take.
Scouting clears my mind.
Right.
Speak your piece. What of it?
You should trust that you can
Another nightmare! To the left!
Goofa. I haven't seen one
Great Gefjun's ghost! That's the largest bloody half-goof I've ever laid eyes on. It's the Song of the Sands. We don't normally sing like this underground.
since. That must be the cause of the storm.
Aye. Judging by all this hive matter weighing it down, it's been trapped here for dozens of winters.
Way to cut it loose.
I'd wager that there's nothing here a well-placed throw of the axe can't solve.
That helped. We've cut it loose, but it...
Much of the hive matter is gone. We can free it from the surface now.
Half-goofers are known to burrow, so I'd hesitate to place full blame on our Dark Elf friends. Hive matter doesn't belong to the Dark Elves, any more than the light belongs to the Light Elves. It's just another of Alfheim's natural resources. One the elves have used since the time of their ancestors. And while the Light Elves seem keen to banish the Hive over on their side, the Dark Elves make effective use of it out here in the Barrens.
You wish to leave the creature enslaved.
Here! You should be able to cut this part away and...
Never imagined I'd see a half-goofer fly again. Can't believe the lad missed this.
The storm is gone. The Song of the Sands has returned to Alfheim, albeit somewhat diminished from how I remember it as a child.
Trace will be glad to hear it is no longer in pain.
You look forward to telling him.
I do.
It is not too late to avoid my mistakes. Your son must walk his own path, but you can still guide him. And I will help you, however I can, for his sake.
Thank you.
Nice to be able to have a real conversation out here for once. Well, lady, I was curious about some of the flora we've encountered on our travels.
And you will remain curious. It's not my job to teach you everything, Mimir.
Look, I was just asking.
And you have been told.
Oh, you can say that again.
Either of you. What more is there to tell of Freya being burned by the Aesir mob?
Well, obviously he survived. In fact, he used the opportunity to escape. But such an affront made war inevitable.
Freyr certainly wasn't the same after that.
Later, I will search this way.
Much of the sand has been cleared away, but another storm rages beyond that pass, which must mean...
Another half-goofer.
I remember when Freyr and I traveled to this realm as children. The desert was healthy and full of life back then. I can't help but fear that era has ended for good and our efforts here are futile.
It's a fair concern. Healing this land will take more than a pair of singing half-goofer. But I have to believe, in the long run, we're doing right by Alfheim. Well, best we start looking for a way underground.
Keep a lookout for a cave! I see an entrance! I hope Freyr will appreciate it here in the desert. I wonder if he knows how poorly this realm has fared in his absence.
Aye. Hearing the Song of the Sands again is a rare privilege, even if it's only a solo act.
Or a duet, once this Hofgufa.
An abandoned ancient settlement by the looks of it. Built long before the Lightwell's creation.
More hive matter as well.
I'd say we're on the right track then.
This kind of hive material is sensitive. When I left, yes, I assumed the absence of Alfheim's light was an aberration.
Aye. And as far as the Dark Elves are concerned, it's that light column in the center of the temple that's the aberration. Look at how old some of these surfaces are. Far older than the Lightwell, or even our trapped Hofgufa for that matter. Well, dangle from a burly god's backside for a few winters, and you'll find yourself looking for all sorts of new perspectives.
Behind you! Incoming!
Light elves don't often travel underneath the barrens.
Territory changes hands often in Alfheim. Or so it appears.
Big Veer did mention that these ruins have historical significance for the Light Elves. I assume they're only here to keep intruders out.
Well, that's what they tried.
Good eye. Let's continue, shall we? Hoisting your back!
Enemy behind you!
Big ball of light coming your way!
I hope freeing these Hofgufas will allow them to breed again. It was a dazzling display once. The skies of Alfheim filled with their song.
I imagine it's the lack of fresh light that's caused this pair to grow abnormally large. No use in having babies if there's nothing for them to feed on.
Trying to protect their children from... I can relate. I wonder if these two comprehend the choice we face to be free.
What choice do you speak of?
In order to breed, they must pass on their light to their children.
light, they will die.
I suppose that's all any of us can hope for in life. That our death has purpose. That we can... Well, given another chance, I know what choice I would make. Well done. Time to set it loose.
Aye, back to the circus then.
Watch out!
The fate of these creatures, it reminds me of a story.
Does it?
There once was a blacksmith whose king commanded him to construct a box that could contain all the evils of the world. But no metal could hold such a power. So the blacksmith used the flame of...
To ease my grief.
Perhaps it is just a story. A way to pass the time.
I appreciate the sentiment, but... Well, your stories...
What about my stories?
I wouldn't exactly call them comfort.
Fair. Mimir is the better storyteller.
Now don't sell yourself short, brother. You've come a long way from the days of laconic fables.
It's okay. Finish your story, Kratos.
The blacksmith's daughter was the key to unlocking the box. He died trying to protect her from those who would open it.
Well, at least it's a relatable story.
It appears we've overstayed our welcome in Alfheim.
Take solace in knowing you did what you thought was best for your son's safety. Even these creatures know. There is little choice for a parent. You are not alone.
I'm not, am I? And now neither are they.
Misty. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Kratos. This land sings once more. We've done good here.
No rush to leave yet, is there? Who knows what kind of adventures await us in our freshly lit barrens?
light elf statue in the desert. Odd.
On top of ancient elven ruins? I'd have to agree.
Elf graves. An entire mausoleum. But why here in the temple?
A fair question.
No answer. The yellow one. What is it? Where did it come from?
It's a very loud horn, and I've not the faintest idea.
Mimir.
No, truly. No one knows where the Gjallarhorn originated. Odin just gained possession of it one day.
More carvings from Yari and Somer here.
Another ingredient around here, brother.
Mimir, tell me more of Yari.
After leaving his family, he wandered the realms in search of something unnameable. But in all his wondrous travels, nothing satisfied him. Until he met another wanderer in search of something similar. I knew. He was called Soma.
Let us find the final ingredient.
Another gravestone, like we found while searching for the Norns. But this one's intact.
Aye, and with a keyhole tailor-made for the hilt you took. Tread carefully, brother.
Freya, you were speaking of your brother after he was burned by the Aesir mob.
Yes. It haunted him.
Let this wait. Stay alert.
Now that you have a weapon to deal with Heimdall, we just need to find a way to get to him.
Aye, if that's still the plan.
It is. I will protect my son.
So, then it seems the original plan to avoid Ragnarok has fallen a bit by the wayside.
That is up to Odin.
Yes, that's rather what concerns me. Listen, brother. Those things he said to you.
His words are nothing.
True, though I expect retaliation is no empty threat. We need to think through the ins and outs of it.
You're getting ahead of yourself. Let's see if Sindri has had any luck.
Now do the thing!
Oh, look at that. She's special, that one.
Ain't gotta tell me.
Have you found a way to reach Asgard?
Not as such. Had a few ideas, but they didn't so much work.
Brother, without a way to Asgard, what are we doing?
I do not know. I need to think. I am tired.
So, you're sure nothing at all?
Well, your father seems very ready to go. Shall we then?
Do you enjoy the gentle waves, little one? Your father and I traverse this river often. One day, you will learn to navigate its waters. We live deep in the wild woods. The most beautiful forest in all of Midgard. And it is safe and serene here. Game is plentiful, and you will want for nothing. We're not far from the place your father and I first met. We nearly took each other's heads off. But he's softened since then. Somewhat. Unfortunately for you, he remains dreadfully stoic. I suppose it will fall to me to teach you language. Your father can teach you to hunt. Or perhaps that will fall to me as well, since all he seems to be good for is grunting. Have you nothing to say to your son?
What would you have me say, Faye?
Anything. Let him learn your voice. Let him know you.
He is far better off knowing as little as possible.
Knowledge is not always a burden. Think. The mighty god of war, frightened of his own child.
I do not fear our child, Faye. I fear for him. He is innocent.
We are not our failures. We are not who we were. We must be better. Atreus is our future. Keep him safe, Kratos. Protect our son.
What did that wall ever do to you? Building focus. Out of here. Maybe Odin's down in this library.
What are you going on about?
I just don't get it. The mask, bringing the giant that killed my sons here. Why?
I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. Stop letting your wife think for you. She's clouding whatever's left of your brain.
This isn't about her.
No, it's about your limitations. Accept them and move on. Now go smash something, will you? Honestly, I liked you better as a drunk. Loki, come here.
finally figured it out. This is where you killed Ymir, isn't it? First giant?
Tell me, can you murder a landslide? Smother a storm? He was more, a force of nature. Oh, whoa, 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 hold up. You don't want to walk into the blistering cold of Helheim without this. Every Lau should keep you nice and toasty. You're welcome.
Huh. Ymir said even Odin couldn't survive the cold in Helheim.
You believe everything that old goat says?
Thrud, too bad your first time outside Asgard has to be to Helheim.
Nah, we're gonna make the most of this.
Now, as much as I would love to babysit, I have something else to do for the Allfather. If you run into any trouble, just scream so I know where to find your bodies.
Let's find that mask piece.
I can test my skills alongside.
First off, how